Walt Disney World's virtual queue system, a process Disney has employed for years on its newest attractions, with the hope of spreading demand for said rides throughout the day to hopefully avoid multi-hour lines, has been officially done away with, at least for now. While a good concept in theory, and even in practice provided that its use is limited to the initial wave of demand that inevitably follows the latest and greatest attraction, it unfortunately had outlived its usefulness for attractions such as Guardians of the Galaxy, Cosmic Rewind, and Tiana's Bayou Adventure, becoming an unnecessary hassle for guests looking to enjoy their Walt Disney World vacation. Let's look at the result of the first day this virtual queue system had been removed for both of these attractions. The results might shock you. Here on That Park Place.
Virtual queue is dead and gone now at the Walt Disney World Resort. Is it still there at Disneyland at all, Vash?
No, it is completely gone. I think Tiana's Bayou Adventure, which lifted it, believe in late November, early December. That was the last vestige of virtual queue, at least at Disneyland Resort. So there you go.
The thing that I wonder with virtual queue, and virtual queue was a nightmare, and I've gotten a little bit of flack in the comments for saying that virtual queue is a pay-to-ride system, and I agree that virtual queue itself is not a pay-to-ride system. It is a free service that you can get into a lottery at 7 a.m. and at 1 p.m. And 1 p.m. doesn't even happen all the times. In order to get into a spot to be able to come back and ride the ride. And the two ones in question right now are Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind and Tiana's Bayou Adventure. Culture?
Well, no, I was just going to say, why? Oh, why wouldn't the second selection at 1 o'clock happen?
I don't know, actually. You would think in most cases that they would have their premier attractions that are driving Lightning Lane, more on that in a second, that they would want to make sure that those were in tip-top condition if they were able to keep those in tip-top condition. Now, with Tiana's Bayou Adventure, it could be, and this is a crazy theory here, it could be that maybe they lost the plans at some point. Maybe there was someone there who knew how the ride works, and that person, they lost his number. Maybe he quit. They just can't seem to keep track of that guy. Tiana's Bayou Adventure is a catastrophe of engineering here. I don't know how you can take a ride system that works and fix it, and it breaks down constantly. Well, it seems like this morning, I'm not going to bring up the tweet for this one, but Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind, the premier attraction at Epcot is a 35-minute wait right when the park opens up. And would you believe it? Tiana's Bayou Adventure at the Magic Kingdom is only a 20-minute wait on the first day with standby queue at the Magic Kingdom. This out of WDWNT by Shannon Ace. Look at that. It's a sticker over here on the sign, but they painted it to make it look like it's boards. That's some magic right there. Tiana's Bayou Adventure at Magic Kingdom has only a 20-minute posted wait time on its first day with a standby queue. Look at that right there. 20 minutes. The attraction had a delayed opening, but is now operating. Oh, I guess it wasn't working. It initially listed a 45-minute wait, but this dropped to 35, 30, and then 20 minutes around 10 a.m. The low wait is likely due to the weather. It is 61 degrees in Florida, relatively cold for Central Florida. The high today is only 68 degrees. Hey, that's what you set your thermostat on if you've got a high internal temperature. After a full day of rain on Monday, the sky remains cloudy. The rain isn't expected. Well, who wants to get wet on a ride like this? There we go.
I know this much. It takes about 15 to 20 minutes to walk the queue for what used to be Splash Mountain.
So you would describe that as a walk-on right there?
20 minutes? Sure. I mean, if it depends on how they're counting the wait. I mean, technically you could wait 20 minutes, or you could be in a line that keeps moving at a regular pace that the logs are loading. So there's still logs, right? This is still a log ride.
Oh yeah, this thing is popping out logs all the time.
I'm just making sure, because I mean, maybe they have they may have renamed or put some woke name to whatever the little boats are that you're riding.
Oh, that's a good point. So far, I don't think logs are an offensive term, but they'll find a way. This company always finds a way. Here's the line here. Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind at Epcot also opened its standby queue on Tuesday and briefly boasted a 170-minute wait. Oh, people are so excited to ride that Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. And then it went down to 65 minutes as of 10:15 a.m. So it's going to be even less now. Go ahead, Bash. I think I know what you're going to be pulling up here. Go ahead.
Yes, we actually have a little video of this actually going on right here. This by Blog Mickey. And you can see a lot of people very excited to ride Cosmic Rewind without the impediment of a virtual queue. Unlike Tiana's Bayou Adventure, I didn't see the same crowd or video for people rushing towards Tiana's Bayou Adventure. And I guess that's what separates these two attractions. One, people desperately want to see. Another, skippable.
There's a really nice backstage door that gets you right to the front. Anyway,
I think it's
back culture.
By the way, and we'll go over to the laughing place for this one right here. This ride was not constructed in a way to accommodate a line. So they're doing a Toy Story Land kind of mess right here, where they put up a line and some scattered umbrellas here outside of, they really should have consulted with a company that has a long amount of experience in constructing ride queues when they put this together. I'm just pointing that out. There are companies that you could talk to that have a wealth of experience in how to construct theme park queues for popular attractions. I don't know. I don't know if they don't have their phone number or what, but Vash, go ahead.
Well, how do you mishandle the use of what was one of the largest dark rides to ever be built by WDI back in the day, or WED, I should say? How in the world do you take a place like Universe of Energy, this massive show building and internal queue and everything like that, make that the queue structure for your new roller coaster, and yet you mishandled utilizing that space, maximizing that space to the point where you have to have temporary tents and stanchions set outside. By the way, in Florida, it's all right now with the 61-degree weather, but oh boy, in the summer, that's going to be a hot wait. How do you do this? I mean, the incompetence knows no bounds, Jonas.
It's really quite amazing when you think about it, because Horizons, was a people eater. It was it was a long ride, and it was a quiet ride. It was great on the AC.
Oh yeah, you had two-story screens that had a 180-degree view inside there, just for just beautiful exposition as you rode by it. I mean, it was phenomenal. That attraction I can't give enough credit to, and no wonder the Mesa Verde crew always liked to figure out what was going on behind the scenes, And I mean, some people will know that reference, some people won't. But that was such a great attraction. This was another people eater that just had amazing air conditioning. The queue here was a wide open queue. Now, the biggest problem with what they did with the queue in this building is they made it 74 feet wide, and then they made these really lazy loops around things that you might want to be paying attention to. They tried to create the Navi queue that they have in Pandora to a certain extent in a building that, if you just utilized it the way it was, you could have made a multi-level presentation in front of everybody and had a much more efficient queue. But they didn't do that. Again, you would think that they could, ask some people who have some experience with doing that, as you suggested, Jonas. And they used to have people in the entertainment business that could design entertaining queues that you were in for a long period of time. Sometimes they were interactive even.
This structure used to,
where the queues were so entertaining that they had to take out some of the entertaining aspects to keep the queue moving.
Yeah, it's true.
This structure used to house dinosaurs. How do you not have enough space for people to wait for your freaking roller coaster? This is just insane. It's just amazing. The screw up here. And remember, they spent a lot of money in order to reuse the structure, save on money, but couldn't even utilize it well. I just can't. It's just so frustrating from an operations perspective.
Yeah, the mom for $199. Jonas, how dare you say Imagineers can't do a queue?
They can't do anything. Have you seen some of their buildings lately?
Culture that we're going to cover it on C3PO today. By the way, 3 p.m. Eastern here. They couldn't install a pergola, an awning type structure for their new seating area without putting it behind walls like 1 week after its debut. It is insane. The level of incompetence, folks, it goes far beyond what you're seeing on screen right here, which is atrocious.
I just don't understand what happened. I mean, I get it. I know what happened to this company, but at the same time, still, there are days when it really, really gets to me. Like, how can you lose so much institutional knowledge? How can you say, you know what we need to do? It's not even like they drilled into the concrete so that they could install the guides here. These are all the same things that get knocked over at a movie theater. They're just the things with the big heavy platform at the bottom and a stick coming out of them, and those are stretched out far enough, by the way, that there's no opening them up without causing a ruckus. This to me is unprofessional. I get it. You want a roller coaster at Epcot. I disagree with that. You want a Zendar pavilion at Epcot. I disagree with that, but I get it on some level. This, however, they have known for years that they were going to do something with this. Did they think that it was going to be on virtual queue forever? I mean, this is like years that Cosmic Rewind has been on virtual queue. Did it never occur to them what they were going to do when they took this off of virtual queue? Here it is. Disney, lack of planning. By the way, it was like 5 or 6 years that they had the walls up at Epcot while they built Tiana's not Tiana, Moana. Forgive me, I forgot my Annas mixed up here. Not to confuse her with Anna from Frozen here.
Well, what you could have done was you could have bought yourself some time and said, hey, look, listen, let's have a virtual queue for this amount of time. And then as soon as, we're going to go ahead and take off that virtual queue at a certain point. But in that time, let's go ahead and create a side structure in order to house all these people and keep them out of harm's way when it comes to that Florida weather and maintain that air conditioning right there. They could have done many, many things to avoid this. So as Jonas says, even if you did screw up, let's say it's a big screw up and WDI, they did it again, you could have rectified the issue. Unfortunately, they did not.
Imagineers can't even build a shed that doesn't double as a mold.
No. Build a she shed. That is correct. It's a she shed.
What's a she shed? Do they sell that?
It's for ladies. Instead of a he shed. I'm serious. It's a real thing. Look it up.
With that being said, guys, thank you so much for being here. Also want to say thank you to VashSky and Culture Casino for being here. Thank you so much for everything you do. And of course, if you guys haven't done it yet, consider subscribing to That Park Place for all the news that should be fun.
Thanks for watching That Park Place News. For more information, consider checking out www.thatparkplace.com. And don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and send this out on your favorite social media accounts.